'cause I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man.
Happy April 1st. Happy April Fool's Day. Your taxes are going up. No, this is not a joke. It's the sad reality of life in Canada, even in the middle of a pandemic that is turned into an economic crisis, even as the Trudeau government in Ottawa is spending billions upon billions of dollars trying to shove money out the door to make life more affordable for you, to keep the economy afloat. They're still going to up taxes. They're not putting these things off. I really wish they would. But no, instead, we're going to see the carbon tax go up, and we're going to see taxes on alcohol go up. And the great thing about both of them is that, well, we get taxed on these taxes. Let me deal with the carbon tax first. It is going up by 50%. Whether you have a direct carbon tax imposed by the federal government, like Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta, or your government has its own system, it still has to go up by 50%. So on the direct carbon tax front, it's going from $20 a ton up to $30 a ton. I asked the Prime Minister if he thought about holding off on this, given the economic situation that the entire planet, but Canada in particular, is facing. And he said no, because this tax is good for you.
The price on pollution has been designed as to put more money in households' pockets, more money in the pockets of the middle class, while we do the things that are necessary to fight pollution and protect our planet. That is something we are going to continue to do, because we know that we need to do things to make sure that we're both supporting families through ordinary times and through difficult times, and moving forward on continuing the fight against climate change, which remains even at a time of immediate crisis and pandemic.
Except, as I've shown and others have shown, the way that the federal government calculates the carbon tax, you're not going to get back more than you pay. They only do it based on what you pay at the pump for gas, what you pay for home heating. They base it on averages. If you live in suburbia, if you live in rural Canada, you are going to be paying more. Dan McTague, the gas price wizard, had a calculation out. Now, I'm just going to read the calculation for Ontario because it's different for each province, but let me give you what he said. Natural gas, you're going to be paying $145 more per year if you heat with that, $116 extra in propane if you heat with that. Gas will go up by 7.5 cents a liter, diesel by 9.1 cents per liter. But then there's all the products that have oil and natural gas in them, everything from cleaners, floor waxes, nail polish, the pens that you buy, the cost of transporting your food, your clothing. I know we're not going out all that much right now. I know that we're not driving all that much right now. Traffic is down tremendously. And the price of gas, yes, it's dropped. But it's still the government dipping in and taking money out of your pocket, or making things more expensive by their actions. And at a time like this, that's the wrong thing to be doing. They should have put it on pause as part of their emergency financial aid package. It should have been done that way. Instead, it not only goes up, but then we charge the HST on top of that. Now, as for the Booze Escalator Tax, that goes up every April 1st based on the cost of inflation. Stats Canada puts the Consumer Price Index at 2.2% right now. So let me give you a quick example. Your local liquor store sells a bottle of whatever you like for $25. Could be a bottle of whiskey, vodka, could be a bottle of wine, could be a case of beer. $25. Well, the Consumer Price Index would say that inflation's already driven that up by 2.2%, but the government's going to add another 2.2%. That works out to 55 cents on top of whatever the cost of inflation is. So 55 cents is now 25.55. But then you've got to add on the HST onto that as well. So you add another 7 cents. So the government's taking another 62 cents. They do this every single year. It's another way to take money out of your pocket to make things more expensive. Look, even the NDP out in British Columbia under John Horgan decided to put off having a carbon tax increase on April 1st. They also put off having raises for their MLAs in British Columbia. Those are the types of things that politicians should be doing. We're not going to tax you anymore, and we're not going to take pay hikes. So kudos to John Horgan and all the MLAs out in British Columbia. But shame on Justin Trudeau for doing this at a time when Canadians need their own cash. They need to be able to spend more of their own cash. They don't need government taking more of their money.